It got hot today.
It got really hot today.
So anyway,
of course.
Lou, you know Lou.
Hi, guys.
He's everywhere. Lou does all kinds of wonderful products, origami, bell and howell. Well, Lou is bringing us the TriMower.
Yes.
I have been hearing about this product, reading about it.
I bet.
Listen, if you always wanted to own this level, trimmer, edger, mower,
all of it.
This does it all.
Yeah.
And it does it all cordless.
Yeah.
So if you want to edge around your property, if you have a small yard and you want to cut the grass, it does all that. It is this level, which is why it's not cheap, but it is worth it.
No, it is 100% worth it. So imagine that your trimmer, your edger, and your lawnmower all had a baby.
Yes.
It would be this. But what's really, really neat about this is there's a very important, you just saw it on the front end there. It has a very important improvement on the front of this here. So the guy who made this is a gentleman named Sam in the UK, okay? Sam is a sort of mad scientist. He developed this in his kitchen because he realized that, like, here's the big problem with a lot of your edgers and your trimmers out there is that they get too close to the ground. They bottom out and they scrape everything up, okay? They just demolish your grass. This is called the guard glider that's on the front of it. It's like a sled. So as this touches the ground, it keeps it a uniform, just about 3 inches off the ground, and it allows you to push this forward as if it were a vacuum cleaner, like you were vacuuming your lawn. So let me come around the table here. I'm gonna show everybody a couple of really cool features about this. First of all, very lightweight, 5.5 pounds on this, less than a gallon of milk, okay? So this is a very light piece, but it is substantial feeling in the hands. Everything on this is adjustable. I can adjust the handle, so no matter what height you are, I can make it longer, I can make it shorter, just by twisting that collar that's on there. The handle up at the top here, fully adjustable, up and down, so whatever's right for you, okay? The whole head on this, so that you can go very quickly and easily from mowing and trimming to edging, Guy, just like that. And I've got to remove the guard glider, but I'll show you that in just a second. But the real magic with this is that it has the easy wheels on the back here, a helper wheel on the front, and we've got that guard glider. Let me show you what this looks like when I use it, okay? So I'm gonna put it down on the grass right here, and I'm gonna push it toward the camera that's in front of me, and I want you to see the way, once it gets going here, look at the way it just glides across the grass like that. And here's the neat thing. I'm doing this with one hand. So I am absolutely not having to balance this. I'm not having to carry it. This makes it super, super easy. And I can go forwards, I can go backwards, and it's always the same height as it goes across the grass. That's the cool thing about this. I'll show you from the side too, because that's even a better angle. Look at this. The way it moves across the grass there. Is this not genius, Guy?
Oh my
gosh. Look at this. Here's my other hand down here. I'm using one hand to be able to do this on the grass here. Look at the way that just glides across the grass. That is the big, big difference with this unit.
Remember, all you do is give it a little twist.
Look at that.
And it becomes an edger.
Yeah, let me show you that too, okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so watch this. So the guard glider that's on the front of us has 2 little clips right here, okay? And all I've got to do to take this, and it's so cool because it's toolless. Everything on this is toolless. Just give it a little clip there, a little clip there. You push these 2 back, and this piece slides right off. Now, watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just put this on the table. Yeah, I'm actually gonna go down by Megan down there on our jib camera, and I'm gonna do it right in front of her, because you really want that wheel to be on the grass. Watch this. So this head rotates, right? Press another button here. This rotates as well. Now we're in the position to edge. So I'm gonna walk up toward Megan, which means I'm walking over this way. I'm gonna get really close to the edge, guys. Nobody get scared. Nobody get scared. Okay, here we go. Right down by the edge here. Now watch this, Guy. Now notice I've got that helper wheel in the front. I'm gonna turn it on, and look at the way it just rolls right along here and does just the best job edging the grass right here. Look at that. And you know, the funny thing, Guy, is that if you don't edge your lawn, it just doesn't look right. You know what I mean? I don't care. Look at that. That did an absolutely perfect, gorgeous job right there.
Look
at that.
Look at this.
Isn't that amazing?
You know what the problem is? A lot of times we sell the weed whacker. The edger part sucks. It doesn't work. It's the truth. It's more of a weed whacker. And I'm always
but look at that. That is a perfect line. And here's the other thing too.
Wow.
It has the helper wheel on it, so I wasn't carrying it. I wasn't having to like support that weight. And I want to show everybody something. Now, let's talk about the battery real quick before we get into everything else, because this does come with 2 extra spools of line. It's self-feeding, it's automatic.
And then you can use whatever line.
Whatever you want after that, but we give you 3 total when you first buy this. You're getting a 20-volt lithium-ion battery with this.
That's $50.
50 bucks at least, and it's a smart battery too. So it's got a button on here that I can press, and it'll show me the charge level, which I love because I can tell you how many times times I've started another project in the backyard and it just dies. Now, the other thing about lithium ion that you need to know is they last a really long time, lots and lots of recharges on this, and it doesn't discharge when you're not using it. So that's between sessions when you're cutting the grass, this isn't going to discharge. You know what the other thing, and this is just a geek thing for me, I love the charger with this because it's a big, really big, substantial charger. So you know that that's going to charge as fast.
You're not getting a plug.
No.
Right.
Well, and you know, now I know there's people at home, they're saying like, Lou, I got other things, okay? If you're using a gas can, we're talking about noise, we're talking about fumes. You know, we're talking about you can't do it Saturday morning or late at night, okay? Not going to do that. If you have other electric ones, but you're using a cord, you know how many times I've cut cords when I've been like using lawn care products outside? Too many times. You don't need that. And here's the thing. Think about this for a second. I'm just going to lay these out here, okay? So there's an edger. Okay, this is an edger. It cost as much as the TriMower.
I own that one.
Do you own that one?
Yeah.
And it has a blade, a steel blade.
It's a steel blade.
It causes
and if you hit
sparks.
the sidewalk,
yeah, and it sparks all over the place.
And I only have used it like 3 times.
Yeah, exactly. Well, how about this?
And I need an extension cord.
Wait a minute. So then we go and we buy a trimmer right here, a little cheapo trimmer. Okay, that was half the price of what we got today with the TriMower. Also, it needs to be plugged in, so we're talking cord. But here's the best thing. Here's the best thing. If you have a small piece of property, right? Do you really need a lawnmower? If you live in a townhouse or a condo, but you still got a little yard that you got to do, this is an electric lawnmower, okay? So you're dragging a cord all over the lawn, all right? Number one. Number two, this thing was really expensive to buy. Why do I need all of these when the TriMower does everything that these do? And in fact, watch this. I'm going to put the guard glider back on again. Watch how simple this is to do. All you do is line it up. And again, everything is toolless. So I'm going to line it up. I'm going to slide it in, click, click, done. That's on there. This right here, guys, is patented, this design. Our mad scientist in the UK, Sam, came up with this. It's a brilliant idea. Watch the piece of grass in front of me. I'm going to do this piece right here in front of me, okay? Because I want you to see, if I'm mowing the lawn, if I've got a small piece of grass I've got to do, watch how great this is. Because it's even in size, you know what I mean? I don't have to worry about, oh, it's going to be uneven. I said to somebody this morning that whenever I've tried to use a lawn trimmer to mow, Guy, it reminded me when I was a kid and I got bubble gum in my hair and decided I was going to cut it myself. Yep. It looked like that when I was done. Look how perfect that is. I mean, this could be a putting green at this point. I mean, that's amazing.
It's funny because I own that one, a version of it.
This little guy?
250, no, the other one.
Oh, okay.
250.
Right.
And I got to plug it in.
Right.
And I'm always worried because that is not for everybody.
No.
I'm a big guy. It's hard for me to use that.
Yeah.
Like you got to muscle it.
No, you're fighting with it the whole time. This glides.
It weighs 20 pounds, 25 pounds.
Yeah.
About 2 years ago, I bought a big battery-charged industrial trimmer.
Yep.
Huge. Very expensive.
Sure.
I think I paid $249. I liked it, but it came with a sling. It was so
because it was so heavy.
And you had to literally go like this, but it didn't do any edging.
Exactly.
I lost
it.
it.
So you did a separate edger.
You know what happened? I left
you lost it in the storm?
I lost it in the storm.
Yeah, I lost all mine.
This would be perfect for me because I have a small yard.
Yeah. No, and for me, I have lawn care where I live now. The place we just moved into, it's a smaller place. We have lawn care. But you know what? They don't do a great job. And not only do they not do a great job, there are sections where, sometimes they don't come every week. Sometimes it's a week and a half. So I want to go out there and take care of it myself. That's exactly what I was talking about. If you don't have the guard glider on the front of it, all right, it's going to do that to your grass. You're going to have uneven patches. Notice the way it keeps it off the wall. Notice the way that if you're going around a sprinkler head, if you're going around your mailbox, maybe you've got vinyl siding on your house, it's not going to tear that up. And this is the big deal. Okay, so if I have this trimmer and I'm using this to trim, and let's say I'm trying to mow. First of all, I'm walking around doing this.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not comfortable. Second of all, I have to use 2 hands on this because this is way too heavy for me to do anything substantial holding it. The other thing is, I can't keep it at the same height. Notice I'm also hunched over, but I can't keep this at the same height the whole time I'm doing it. So at times, it's going to bounce on the ground. Every time it does that, it's destroying the grass underneath it. It's cutting it all too close. Because the TriMower has the guard glider on the front of it, look at this, one hand, just walking it like I'm mowing the lawn here or like I'm vacuuming. I'm vacuuming the lawn. Look at that. And it just goes. One hand, buddy.
Will you do me one favor?
Yeah, what do you want?
Turn it back into an edger.
Yep.
And then can you do like right here?
Yes, absolutely.
I think Megan might be able to get that.
I got to go that direction, though, because you want to keep the wheel on the grass.
As long as we can see it after.
Yeah, you'll see it after. Watch this. All right.
By the way, we started with 400. I got 280. It's
Wow.
going, and I know it's a considered purchase, but
Okay.
it's worth it. All
Look
right,
at that.
go
Look
ahead,
how
Lou.
easy that came off, just like that. I'm going to walk over here. So, Megan, I'm going to walk away from you, just so you know, okay? So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to start her up. And watch this. I've got the helper wheel on the front. And it is just doing the most amazing, God, this is like, my gardener couldn't do a job this good. Look at this.
Wow.
When I had one.
Look at that.
I mean, it's just doing a beautiful job edging down here. Look at that. All the way down there. So you can see how perfect that line is that I just did going all the way down there. Took care of all that grass that's on there.
You know,
and remember, it's self-feeding.
I love the wheel on the back because it got
The helper.
Yeah.
The helper wheel on this thing is really amazing. Look at that. I love that right there. You know, this has not been done in a really long time out here, too. I can tell you that. Look at that.
Beautiful.
All the way down to the end.
All
I mean,
right.
it looks fantastic.
Yeah. If you want it, we have it on FlexPay.
Right.
By the way, we have an HSN credit card. I think it's what, $15 off? So if you want to get a little discount, you can do that
deal.
as well. Brand new. We've never aired this before. We
Yep.
always, our new tools always go crazy.
I know.
People love it, and I love
This
fact,
is smart.
dude. There's no cords.
No, there's no cords. This battery
Cordless.
lasts for 40 minutes. I forgot to mention that up to this point. 40 minutes of runtime off of this battery. So think about how big your yard is, how much you could get done with that. But guys, I'm going to tell you right now, the biggest innovation on this, and this is something people are talking about everywhere, is right here. It is the guard glider. It's going to keep the grass even. It's going to allow you to slide it across the surface of the lawn and work this with just one. Even Carrie Mobley's looking at this. She is intrigued by this.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? Totally impressed by this. Everybody who knows gardening knows that this right here, this is a game changer.
Well, I've never
It's a
seen
game
that.
changer.
I've never seen the garden.
No,
before.
because it's patented, because Sam invented this.
Hey, Sam, go Sam.
Sam,
All right.
in the UK.
You want to get it? I got about 200 left. All right, $149 is our
It's a
price.
great piece of kit.
It is worth it. Lou,
Yeah.
great job.
Thanks, buddy.
Love
Appreciate you.
that.
Isn't it awesome?
I'm gonna get that. I really love that. Hey, in case you missed it,